that way I'm boy.
How you doing, guys? How you doing, guys? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I'm not going to do the intro. I just wanted to put a bit of a sound before we start off. Welcome to the show, guys. I'm going to speak very slow and clear because I just want to speak about a few things. As I promised that when I have time out of work, I'll be able to do a video and analyze the transfer window, which we had. It's a very crazy transfer window, to be honest with you. There was a moment in time where I thought our transfer window was going to be horrible. There was a moment in time we were all happy with what was happening, but there's also a moment in time I'm pretty sure everybody was panicking, especially with the Paqueta deal, especially with KDB being injured. But welcome to the channel, guys. Like and subscribe. Like the video if you like the content. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you want to become a member, go ahead, become a member. It's up to you for 99 cents. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Club World Cup, which Man City is going to play very soon, and we're going to talk about the transfer window. So let me load up my graphics first of all. Let me look good for you people. There we go. True City fan. And there we go. Yes, there we go. So now, let's share this. So obviously, Man City are done with the transfer window. The transfer window closed last Friday. I think it was last Friday. Unless I'm still very tired and I'm not in the mood for remembering things. But look, the transfer window closed last Friday. We're gonna start off with the players that left and the players that came in. People were panicking because first of all, we got rid of very, very, very key players to the team. We're talking about the likes of Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer is just there for vibes. We're talking about Gundogan, who always helped us when we needed, who always saved us. He was our captain. He took us to the first treble. Big up to Gundogan. I was getting irritated. I'm like, when is Man City going to give one of these players who have dedicated themselves to the club a UCL? Gundogan, as a captain, took us to the UCL. Respect for me. Whether I know you've got your history, but I put him as one of, right now, currently, I respect him as one of the highest respected Man City captains, Gundogan, for what he did, because during the treble, this guy was key during the treble. He scored in the FA Cup a beautiful goal within a few seconds. Mark Goldbridge was crying about it. He scored in most of the crucial games in the Premier League as we were fighting toe to toe with that useless team called Arsenal. So Gundogan, for my time, I'm not talking about the dinosaurs or the old people who've been there for so long. With all due respect, for my time, Gundogan is my captain. That's the captain I put in a hold dear. Unless somebody does better than a treble than what Gundogan did for us, I respect him as one of the highest respected captains. I don't know if you guys agree in the comments. And then we also had Riyad Mahrez, who left. He signed a 3-year contract last year. I thought he was going to stay. I think the team did not expect him to leave because I've seen the pictures at the Etihad. Riyad Mahrez's picture is still there, so I think they didn't expect him to leave. But he also left for about 30 to 35 million. Gundogan left for free to Barcelona because Barcelona is broke, so they can't afford any players. Bars. Anyway, We also had Emerick Laporte go to Saudi. And then we had Cole Palmer, who people cried about for a week, left for Chelsea for 45 million. So City had key players. These three, whether you like it or not, these were key players leaving. But look, if we rate this transfer window, I put it out of 10 out of 10. Why do I say 10 out of 10? It's quite simple. Just look at the top and the bottom. Guys, Pep Guardiola, I think, is building a younger, hungrier, more sufficient team. I will start off with the fact that Cole Palmer did not want to stay. I get it. Pep said in the media, we've tried to speak to his agent for him to stay. It's up to Cole Palmer to decide whether he wants to stay or go. Now, Matheus Nunes, enter Matheus Nunes, 25 years old. Not so old, not so young, but full of experience. And this is the player Pep said when we were playing against Sporting, this is one of the best midfielders I've ever seen. So what I can say is Pep is building something that will take us to the next level. Even though some people think City is weaker, look at Matheus Nunes, 25 years old, very good on the ball, versatile. He can play as a holding midfielder. He can play as an attacking midfielder. He can play as the box to box. This guy is just incredible, and he's got speed. And if you talk about stats, since some people love stats, Matheus Nunes was one of the highest dribblers, more than De Bruyne, more than most midfielders last season, and he was playing for Wolves. He can carry the ball, and he had one of the most highest tackles. Go see, highest tackles, highest blocks for a midfielder, and he's very fast, very efficient. For Matheus Nunes to want to come to City, it's amazing. And for Pep to wait for Matheus to go to Wolves, after he said this guy is a good player at Sporting, I was expecting him to buy Matheus, because when he said that about Bernardo Silva, 40 million was already bid. But he waited for Matheus, watched him close at Wolves. After he watched him close at Wolves, he was impressed even how badly Wolves did. Pep still went for Matheus, 25 years old. Good age to come into this team, good age to be somebody who can be able to give Rodri a rest. Because this guy, even as a holding midfielder, can cook. Even as a creative midfielder, can cook. Palmer goes to Chelsea. Now, we talk about Gundogan. People were not happy that Gundogan is leaving, our captain. Oh, how you doing, Carl? I see you're in the background. Are you okay with your voice now? Carl, are you with us?
Okay, yes, I am here. Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. Good evening. So I'm just explaining to people. So we talk about Gundogan. Gundogan leaves at the age of 32, goes to Barcelona for free. I have no beef with Gundogan. Some people had issues with Gundogan leaving. I say respect him. I repeat again for the people who did not start with me. If you talk about a captain I respect at Man City, for my generation, it's Gundogan. Because Gundogan is the first captain to take us to a treble. The first captain to win us the UCL, break the history of the club, and also the first captain. He was very influential in those games. He did not just stand there as a captain; he led by example. Gundogan left. Kovacic came in. I think a very good replacement. Yes, Kovacic was 29. Other people were questioning this signing. I told people he's going to ball. Kovacic is very good. Yes, he doesn't score as much as Gundogan or create as much as Gundogan, but Gundogan, when he came to Man City, he wasn't scoring before and as much. So Kovacic, I think very soon with Matheus Nunes in the team, they might push him more further for him to play more freely. Let's talk about Riyad Mahrez leaving, where I was disappointed. But at the end of the day, he's 32 years old. He goes to Saudi. He signed a 3-year contract. Guess who comes in? Jeremy Doku, 21 years old, fast paces, skilled winger. I'll let Carl explain. Carl, can you explain to people? I know we did a video, but can you explain to people? We lost Riyad Mahrez, but we gained Doku. What did we get in Doku for this?
Well, good evening, Patrick. Good afternoon. Hope you're well. So I talked about this yesterday on the review for Fulham, that we're actually stronger than we are last year. And I'll explain why. When you've climbed the mountain that you've been meaning to climb for years with a group of people, many of those same people cannot go again to the same mountain. They've achieved their goal, they've achieved their target, they've achieved the life's work, which is to win the Champions League, right? They're cooked. They're cooked. If you don't buy players who are young, who are hungry, who want to learn, you will not win nothing again. Guaranteed. I watched a video about the Florida Gators years ago when they went undefeated for a whole season. Undefeated. And the next season, because they didn't change things around and bring new blood in, they started to fight and argue, and they got killed in the final of the college championship Super Bowl. You have to change things in order to keep the hunger, not just the players, but also the manager. Ilkay Gundogan, I love him, I respect him. My Twitter name is Gundolorian. I took it from him, but he was cooked. And he knew it was time for him to go. There's nothing else left to give. Right? Couldn't run fast, could score, but in the midfield, he became a liability because sometimes he would lose the ball in transition and couldn't run back. Think about Brighton game. Think about Real Madrid away.
That's why John Stones was put into that midfield to stop that.
Right. Riyad Mahrez, we also Riyad can do. Ramadan Riyad, magnificent player. He's 33, 32 years old. He's cooked.
Yeah.
The only person who is in his 30s right now is our good friend Kevin De Bruyne, who has 2 or 3 years left in his contract. And I can guarantee they're thinking about replacing him real quick. So we need to stop this crazy, mad idea that, we're weaker because we lost Palmer. Palmer was not good enough to play for that first team consistently. If he was, he would play consistently. He wasn't good enough. We now bitch and moan. Why is Alvarez playing number 10? Why can't he play number 10? Didn't he win the World Cup for Messi or play number 10? Didn't he win Copa America playing number 10? Him and Haaland have this magnificent connection that is brooding right now, where they combine with each other to score goals. I'll put it to you this way. Go and look at the average positions of the game against Fulham. Guess who was playing the number 10 role? It wasn't Alvarez. It was actually Erling Haaland. Alvarez was further up the field with Doku and Foden, while Haaland was behind them with Kovacic. That's why the first goal, guess who gives the assist to Alvarez? Erling Haaland. Because Alvarez is further up the field.
Yeah.
So I plead to you guys out there, do not listen to these stupid accounts, because crazy accounts who have agendas against certain players. Use your eyes, use your brain, look at the game, look at the data. The data is clear. We will always give you the truth and the clarity. We won't do this agenda. Oh, Doku can't control the game like Grealish can. Why is Alvarez playing Foden's position? He should be playing number 10. Look at what Pep is cooking and say, what is Pep doing? What can we learn from it? We're seeing Erling Haaland play a deeper role to control the ball, lay it off, combined with Alvarez. That's what we're seeing, Patrick.
Yeah. So basically, as well, I was telling people, the players that left, it was time for them to leave. Laporte was not happy. Let's be honest. I think he wasn't happy. He wanted more game time. 28 years old, yes. I'm pretty sure if he was clicking on and he was guaranteed game time. But now look, from Laporte, we got Vadio, Josko Vadio, who's 21 years old. Yes, as I said, Kovacic is 29, but he's still younger than Gundogan, has got more football. He's just 29. Doku, 21 years old. Mahrez, 32 years old. I know Palmer was 10 and 22, but Martinez is just 10-25. So Pep is bringing a more hungrier, more suited team, because Doku hasn't won much in his career. Josko hasn't won much in his career, and he says he wants to win a Champions League. Nunes hasn't won much in his career, but he was one of the best players in Portugal. So, guys, the window is actually 10 out of 10 if you think about it. Yes, I wanted Paqueta. Everybody knew that. But you never know, we might go for Paqueta next year, because Paqueta is cooking. It looks like he's pissed off with the transfer. He seems to be playing with his heart out. Let's see how the gambling thing goes, if City can go back. But the team is younger, more hungrier. And as Pep said multiple times, you cannot go season after season with the same team. So for me, I rate this out of 10 out of 10. I don't know how you feel, Carl, with this transfer.
There's one more thing I want to pull out. Again, guys who are watching True City Fan, this is kind of why we do this. We don't do this for clicks or for subscribers. We do it because we love the game and we want to bring you the unvarnished truth. If you look at all the ins, these 4 players that they brought in, right? Matheus Nunes, Jeremy Doku, Josko Vadio, Mateo Kovacic. What is it about these 4 that's so similar and so between all the 4? What is the one attribute around all these 4? Let me tell you what it is. And I talked about this months ago before the Athletic talked about it. I said what's similar about all these guys that these guys can dribble you one-on-one. And let me add in Gomez there as well, right? Gomez, right? One-on-one. Why is Pep going for players who can dribble you one-on-one? Let me tell you why. Because when you play 3-box-3 against Brighton, against Arsenal, against Liverpool, they're going to try and play you man-to-man. If they try and play you man-to-man and you try and pass the ball and you lose the ball, you're going to get killed. So what do you need? You need players who are comfortable dribbling you 1v1, because when they beat you 1v1, guess what happens? The whole field opens up. Let me give you an example. Gomez dribbles the fullback 1v1. What happens? Passes the ball for who? Erling Haaland to score the goal. Jeremy Doku, many times, beat his man one-on-one, crosses the ball, nobody can finish it. So instead of crying for Palmer and Gundogan and Mahrez and all these guys who have left, what is Pep cooking? That's a question you should be asking yourselves and learning from it.
That's true. Eric, big up to you for becoming a member. He was also Germany's Footballer of the Year for 2023, but he deserved it, Eric. Big up for becoming a member, Eric. Big up to you. Jerry says this City squad's potential far exceeds the last treble season. I would argue it is City's most talented team in Pep's era, and that says a lot. That's true. It is a talented team, Carl. Nunes, and I was just saying, if they had a Paqueta, it was just going to be fire. Doku, Josko, Kovacic, who I expect to get better, I think, as time goes forward. Then Carl, another one. Another person who stayed, and I think this is another big win for the transfer window. What do you think? Let me just ask you though, how do you think we're gonna use Silva this season? Because I know he was sick, he wasn't well. Where is Silva going to fit in this team? Like when you sit down yourself, where is Nunes, Silva, all these guys? Where are they gonna fit in?
Patrick, this is the beauty of what Cheeky, Pep, Ferran are doing. People think we've gotten weaker. We've actually got stronger. So now imagine, Patrick, when De Bruyne is now fit. And now you have De Bruyne, you have Bernardo, you have Kovacic, you have Nunes, you have Phillips, who will cook, by the way. Give him time, right? They got Rodri, right? All these guys have to, and then Stones. All these guys have to fit in. And you got Foden, you have Doku, you have Alvarez, you have Haaland, you have Jack Grealish, you have Gomez. You haven't talked about the back four yet.
What?
So it's not the quantity, it's the quality. Where's Bernardo going to play? It depends on the opposition. Depends on the opposition. Different opposition will ask for different things. Doku may play, Bernardo may play, Jack may play, Foden may play. It all depends on the opposition. Pep has the weapons to go to war with anyone to play different systems in different ways. All of them are quality. So the standards, the levels don't drop too much, but the system we play, the attacking we play, the way we attack them changes based on the players that we have. So I want to give everybody you just got to back the board. And I've seen so many people whine and moan about their window is not good enough. Is this, is that? Think about what we have right now. I mean, Kevin comes back, what we're going to be able to do. It's incredible.
Yeah, true. And we'll be able to rest him. And another one I wanted to add is Calvin Phillips. I think he will still be useful, and I think him staying regardless. A lot of people we threw jokes at him. I think is great. Carl, I personally think this guy is talented. I just feel like he just came at a time. We know when you're a victim of circumstance or something, you know what I mean? What they call that. I think he came at a time where Rodri is just unstoppable. But I think this guy will be useful. I like the way he played in the Fulham game, Carl, when he came in. He was smart. He didn't give away the ball. He was detecting play. He was pointing where to be. I think he'll be very useful this season. I think you might see a change in midfield of him, Nunes, sometimes and Bernardo or somebody. You might be.
It's incredible, right? I watched the Calvin Phillips video last night, the Amazon documentary. And when you listen to his background, what happened to him as a kid growing up, you can tell very clearly all this guy needs is a couple of games to get his confidence. Right? If you look at it closely, you ask yourself, "Wow, what is actually going?" It's a confidence issue. When it was a Leeds United, Bielsa had confidence in him, and the team gave him confidence, so he balled. All he needs is the confidence. Against Fulham, clearly he was in the right headspace when he came on, and he played really, really well. I
Yeah, he
love
did.
how he was playing a little deeper, connecting the ball, passing, moving, controlling the game. Much better than he played before. 15 minutes of what he played. And that's only going to get more and more and more because we need him this season. We need Phillips. We need Nunez. We need Rodri. We want to try and do everything we can to win everything we can. So it's no surprise. I think he's going to cook. We just need to be patient. We can't slag this guy off. I've seen too many people slag this guy off.
Yeah.
Even if the manager is struggling with him and we
Yeah, I
should be
think it's
backing him.
disappointing.
We should be backing the boy. If this was your brother or your son, would you slag him off because you have an account? No, back the guy, man. Give him a chance. Encourage him. That's all what we as fans are supposed to do. Add the fuel of encouragement, not the slander of hate towards a guy who's trying to find his way in a very talented squad.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah. Let me read this. Such a shame Kopama left. I guess he was too blind to see the opportunity to nail down a starting spot. I really thought he was going to be the next Maris. I really thought too, Nams. But what else can we do? What else can we do? Some of these players want to go somewhere. Let him go. I'm pretty sure he'll do well. Look, no one wishes him bad luck. I wish him all the best. Okay, now, guys, we've come to the other side of the show. The FIFA Club World Cup semi-final. Carl, when are we playing this?
So the Club World Cup is going to be from December the 12th to December the 22nd. That's when the Club World Cup is supposed to be. The good thing for us is during that time frame, we have some really good games. Most of them are at home. I believe Palace is at home. Luton, I think, is away. We have a game against Tottenham at home early December. So it's a good run that we have in December, which allows us to go after the Palace game to Saudi Arabia to play in the semifinals. The draw was made this morning. Right. So the way it works is basically there's a preliminary draw where Al Ittihad, which is the Saudi club with Benzema, and I think Mane is there. I don't know if Laporte's there or not. Maybe he's there. They will play the winners of Oceania, which is New Zealand. And then once they qualify, they now play the champions of Africa, Al Ahly, right, in that game. At the same time, too, another Club Leon from Mexico, who won the CONCACAF, not the American side of the world, they will play the Japanese team called Urawa Reds. And then whoever wins from either Al Ittihad or Al Ahly will play the South American champions. And whoever wins from Club Leon from Mexico or the Japanese club will play City. And then the winners of the South American side and the European side will get to the final on the 22nd of December.
Okay, so that's the structure. Well, I heard that you're going to this, isn't it? Are you looking forward to it?
I'm going to go, man. Inshallah, by God's grace, I'm going to go. I plan to go. I really want to go to this. I can't miss this, man.
Is this a trophy you're taking seriously yourself?
Oh, I'm taking it very seriously, extremely seriously. We never won it. Just be clear. People ask me, why did you go to Athens and watch Super Cup? It's a friendly. Let me be clear, right? To go to Athens as a team, you have to win the Champions League.
Yeah, you have to. And to play this year, so you have to win the Champions League.
You have to win the Europa League, right? Exactly. Yeah. You can't go to Athens, Super Cup, and not win the Champions League or the Europa League. To get to the Club World Cup, you have to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
So people who are saying, just a friendly. No. It's a serious competition.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Maybe people in England don't take it seriously. The rest of the world takes it very, very, very seriously. And so should we. Because we don't have it. We don't have it yet.
It's another trophy to the cabinet, another trophy. And
absolutely.
We get it on our shirt, don't we?
This is the last year this competition will be in this format, right? In 2025, the format changes to a 32-team competition starting in the USA. This, my friend, is what Saudi are targeting. Right? So think about the Champions League, right? The way the UEFA does Champions League, right? This competition is what I call the Global Champions League. Because it's 32 teams from all the confederations of the world, 8 from Europe, some from America, some from Africa, some from Asia. They're all going to meet in America. 32 teams to play the Club World Cup to try and see who the champion of the world is. Real champion of the world.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So this trophy is useful. Yeah. So guys, that's it. We'll do a preview when all the things have been settled, all the matches have been played. But guys, I just want to talk about the transfer window. I want to talk about people like Phillips, people like Bernardo Stein. Guys, this transfer window was great. Look at other teams that transfer window hasn't gone great. We have to appreciate our transfer window. I have a video on Saturday. It's about Jack Grealish. We're going to talk about Jack Grealish because some people think some of us hate him. Maybe we do. You never know. You'll find out on Saturday. That'll be my last video on Jack, and I don't want to hear anything else on Jack Grealish going forward. Not from anybody, not in my DMs, not anything. That's the end of it. So Saturday will be the end of it. But guys, thank you for joining us. Like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to Pitch Points, subscribe to True City Fan. And guys, share the video if you want to share the video. Until next time, guys, all I have to say is goodbye.